Let's talk about the strategy of the bear pit, because a lot of people have asked me, like, why did we do that? The sole purpose of the bear pit was to get a 5 to 8 yard shot at a bear from the ground. Because shooting primitive equipment, like the year I built it, I was shooting a stone point out of a traditional bow, and I did not want to shoot out of a tree stand because I knew I was going to probably not get an exit wound, and I didn't want to. And I knew it had to be close. I wasn't going to shoot it at 30 yards.
Right.
So I knew I was going to be shooting straight down at some bear, and I didn't want an entry hole way up here, and it'd be hard to track. So I just was thinking, how could I shoot a bear at I really honestly wanted to shoot it at 5 yards with a bow, and that's all I could think of was a pit.
Yeah.
And I also felt like it could help with scent if the wind was blowing into the pit and we covered the pit with dirt. And I think it helps. It's not foolproof, obviously, because
there's some holes, but
and I mean the wind can swirl and roll out. But like for instance, with the bear that I killed and the bear, the big one that came in on you that first day, it worked.
Yeah,
they didn't smell us. They just got right in front and saw you.
Yeah.
And that was another thing I was going to add about the difference between the two locations. We were in a ladder stand, and so you're up off the ground, and the wind never stayed out of the same direction. It swirled the entire time. It would be in your face one minute and be at your back the next. And I think that made a difference too, because the yearlings that we saw, they didn't actually even come into the bait, and they came from directly downwind from us. And so I have no doubt in my mind that, like I said, either the same bear or those two different bears smelled us before they even got to the bait. And so, that little thing might have been the difference between the bear smelling you possibly too late after you've already gotten a shot, or smelling you on the front end and you never knew it was there.
Yeah. That's the reason that big bears, it's hard to kill really big bears on bait. There is no shortage of people really anywhere you can bait bears, but I'm talking about Arkansas. Everybody's got pictures of big bears. You talk to anybody and they're like, man, you ought to see this bear. And they show you some picture of a 400 to 500 pound bear, and they're like, we can't kill him. And it's because of that very reason, is that those bears know the game 100%. And so you just never see them. I mean, they come in downwind, they smell you, they don't come into the bait while you're there.